The morning sun came through the dusty windows of Park's auto repair shop. Minji wiped the grease from her hands with an old rag. She had been working since 6 in the morning. It was now almost noon. "Hand me the wrench," she said to herself. Nobody else was in the garage yet. Her father would arrive later. Minji liked these quiet morning hours. Just her and the motorcycles. She looked at the bike in front of her. It was a customer's machine. The engine made strange noises. The owner said it wouldn't start properly. Minji had found the problem in 10 minutes. A loose connection in the fuel system. Simple fix. She smiled as she tightened the last bolt. Minji was 19 years old. She had been working with motorcycles since she was 7. Her father taught her everything. How to read an engine. How to feel what was wrong just by listening. How to respect the machines. The bell above the door rang. A middle-aged man walked in. He wore expensive clothes. He looked around the garage with doubt in his eyes. "Is the owner here?" the man asked. Minji stood up. She was still holding her tools. "My father will be here soon. Can I help you?" The man looked at her. Then he laughed. Not a friendly laugh. "I need someone to fix my son's motorcycle." A real mechanic, Minji felt the familiar sting. She heard this almost every day. "I am a real mechanic, sir." "What's wrong with the bike?" "Look, girl," the man said. His voice was not kind. "I'll wait for your father. No offense, but this is serious work. Not for someone who should be working at a coffee shop." Minji said nothing. She turned back to her work. The man sat down on the old couch in the waiting area. He played with his phone. 20 minutes later, her father arrived. Park Dong-hyun was a big man with kind eyes. He saw his daughter's face. He knew that look. Someone had dismissed her again. "Good morning," Park Dong-hyun said to the customer. "I'm the owner." "You need help?" The man jumped up. "Yes, finally. My son's bike won't shift gears properly. He has a race next week. Very important. Can you fix it?" "My daughter can fix it," Park Dong-hyun said. His voice was firm. "She's the best mechanic in this shop." The man's face showed surprise, then doubt. "But she's just a girl. She's so young. She's been fixing bikes since before she could read," Park Dong-hyun said. "Trust me or go somewhere else." The man looked uncomfortable. But the race was in 1 week. Other shops were fully booked. "Fine," he said. "But if she breaks anything, you'll pay for it." Minji said nothing. She just nodded. Her father brought the motorcycle in. It was a beautiful machine. Expensive. New. The kind of bike that cost more than their shop made in 3 months. She spent 2 hours on it. The problem was more complex than the man described. The transmission had internal damage. Someone had shifted gears too hard too many times. Racing damage. She had to take apart the entire system, clean it, replace 3 parts, put it back together perfectly. When she finished, the bike ran like new. Better than new. She had adjusted the timing too. The engine sounded perfect. The man came back at closing time. Park Dong-hyun showed him the work. Explained what Minji had fixed. The man tested the bike. He was surprised, impressed, but he didn't thank Minji. He didn't even look at her. He paid and left. "You did good work," her father said when they were alone. "He didn't care," Minji said quietly. "They never care." "I care," Park Dong-hyun said. He put his hand on her shoulder. "Your mother would be so proud." Minji smiled a little. Her mother. She had died 7 years ago. A motorcycle accident. A drunk driver. Minji was 12 years old then. Her mother loved motorcycles more than anything. She taught Minji to respect them, to understand them, to never fear them. After her father left for the day, Minji stayed behind. She did this every night. She walked to the back of the garage. Behind old tires and boxes, there was a motorcycle covered with a gray sheet. She pulled off the sheet. The bike underneath was old, maybe 20 years old. It was rusty when she found it in a junkyard 2 years ago. The previous owner had abandoned it. Minji bought it for almost nothing. Now it looked different. She had rebuilt everything. The engine, the frame, the wheels, every single part. Some parts she made herself. Some she traded for. Some her father helped her find. It was not beautiful like the expensive bikes. It was not shiny. But it ran perfectly. She had made sure of that. Every bolt was tight. Every connection was clean. Every measurement was exact. Minji sat on the bike. She didn't start it. Not inside the garage. She just sat there, feeling the weight, the balance, the potential. She had been riding since she was 14, secretly, on empty roads. Early mornings when nobody was around. Her father knew. He pretended he didn't. After her mother died, he made Minji promise to be careful, but he never told her not to ride. He understood. Motorcycles were in her blood. The garage door suddenly opened. Minji quickly covered the bike again. But it was just Sujin, her best friend since elementary school. "You're still here?" Sujin asked. She was carrying takeout food. "I brought dinner." "You're the best," Minji said. They sat on the old couch. "Ate fried chicken and rice." "I saw those boys again today," Sujin said. The bikers. They were racing on Park Street. Being loud. Showing off. Minji knew who she meant. There was a group of teenage boys. Maybe 5 or 6 of them. They all had expensive motorcycles. They rode around town like they owned it. Making noise, racing, sometimes causing trouble. Their leader was named Jaewon. He was 18. Rich parents. Too much confidence. He and his friends often hung around near the garage. They made comments. Laughed at Minji. Called her names. Said girls shouldn't touch motorcycles. "Ignore them," Minji said. She always said this. "One day someone should teach them a lesson," Sujin said. She was angry for her friend. She saw how the boys treated Minji. "They think they're so great," Minji smiled. But she said nothing. She ate her chicken. Thought about her bike, the one hidden in the back. After Sujin left, Minji uncovered the motorcycle again. She started it. The engine came to life, smooth, powerful, perfect. She let it run for a few minutes, listened to every sound, made sure everything was right, then she turned it off, covered it again, locked up the garage, walked home through the dark streets. Tomorrow would be another day. More customers who doubted her, more people who couldn't see past her age and gender, more work that she would do perfectly, more credit she wouldn't receive, but she didn't mind. Not really. She had her skills. She had her father's respect. She had her mother's memory. And she had her secret bike, the one that nobody knew about. The one that ran like a dream. That was enough. For now. 3 days passed like normal. Minji fixed motorcycles. Customers doubted her. She proved them wrong. The cycle repeated. Thursday afternoon, she had to deliver a repaired bike to a customer. The man lived across town. He couldn't pick it up himself. Minji loaded the motorcycle onto their small truck, drove it to the address. The address was near the town center, near the popular cafe where young people gathered. Minji didn't go there often. Too crowded, too loud. Not her type of place. She parked the truck, started unloading the motorcycle. A group of people sat outside the cafe, talking, laughing, drinking coffee. Then she heard the sound. Motorcycle engines, loud ones, coming closer. 5 bikes turned the corner. Expensive machines. Chrome shining in the sun. The riders wore matching leather jackets. They were the biker group, the ones who always mocked her. The bikes stopped right in front of the cafe, taking up parking spaces. The riders got off, acting like they owned the street. Jaewon was in front. He was tall, handsome, he knew it too. His father owned 3 car dealerships. His mother was a lawyer. Money was never a problem for him. Next to him was Hyunwoo, shorter but louder, always making jokes. Usually mean ones. Then Taemin, quiet but always following the group. And Ji-hoon, who had the fastest bike. 2 other boys were with them, but Minji didn't know their names. Minji tried to ignore them. She focused on unloading the bike. Her customer came out of a nearby building. Checked the motorcycle, paid her. Thanked her. Left. She was walking back to her truck when she heard the voice. Hey, look. It's the mechanic girl, Hyunwoo. Of course, Minji kept walking. Don't respond. Don't react. Just leave. Where are you going? Jaewon called out. Come say hello. We're all bike people here, right? The group laughed. People at the cafe looked over, watching. Some smiled. Some looked uncomfortable. Minji stopped. She turned around. I have work to do. Work? Jaewon walked closer. His friends followed. You mean playing with tools in your daddy's garage? More laughter. Real mechanics are men, Hyunwoo added. Girls should stick to looking pretty. Maybe serve us coffee. Minji's hands became fists. But she controlled herself. Getting angry would only make it worse. My work speaks for itself, does it? Jaewon looked at his friends, then back at her. I heard you fixed bikes. But can you actually ride one? I can ride, Minji said quietly. Really? Jaewon's eyes lit up, like he found something fun. Prove it. I don't need to prove anything to you. Because you can't, Hyunwoo said. Girls can't really ride. They just sit on the back, hold on tight. Look cute, the group laughed again. Some people at the cafe were recording on their phones now. This was entertainment for them. Minji felt her face getting hot. She wanted to leave, but something kept her standing there. Maybe anger, maybe pride, maybe just being tired of this treatment every single day. I can ride better than any of you, she said. The words came out before she could stop them. Silence. Then Jaewon smiled. Big smile. Dangerous smile. Really? Better than us? That's a bold claim. He looked at his friends. What do you think, guys?
Should we test this?
A race, Hyunwoo shouted. Let's race her. The other bikers agreed immediately, excited like kids with a new toy. Here's the deal, Hyunwoo said. He stepped forward. You race one of us. If you win, we'll apologize. We'll respect your work. We'll never make fun of you again. And if I lose? Minji asked. She already regretted speaking. But it was too late now. If you lose, Hyunwoo grinned, you have to admit it, in front of everyone. That girls don't belong on motorcycles. That you should stick to making coffee and looking pretty. That's stupid, Minji said. I'm not doing this? Why not? Jaewon moved closer. Scared? No, it's just stupid. A race doesn't prove anything. It proves who's better, Jaewon said. His voice was challenging now. Or maybe your daddy doesn't know how to teach. Maybe that's the problem. Old man trying to teach a girl. No wonder you're not a real mechanic. Something broke inside Minji. Talking about her was one thing. She could handle that. But talking about her father? That was different. Her father was the best mechanic in town. He taught her everything. He believed in her when nobody else did. He defended her every day. These boys didn't know anything about him. About his skill. About his dedication. Fine, Minji said. Her voice was cold, angry. I'll race. But not you, Hyunwoo. Him. She pointed at Jaewon. Jaewon raised his eyebrows. Surprised. Then he smiled again. Me? You want to race me? I'm the best rider here. I know, Minji said. That's why I choose you. When I win, I want it to mean something. The crowd at the cafe reacted. Some gasped. Some laughed. Some started talking excitedly. This was the best entertainment they'd had in weeks. Jaewon looked at his friends. Then at Minji. His smile never left. Okay, I accept. Saturday night. The mountain road. 5 miles from the base to the old temple gate. First one there wins. Fine, Minji said. What bike will you use? Ji-hoon asked. You don't have one, right? You just fix them for other people. Minji hesitated. Then she said, I have a bike. What kind? Jaewon asked. He was curious now. You'll see on Saturday, Hyunwoo laughed. Probably some old piece of junk. This will be too easy. Saturday night. 8 o'clock. Mountain Road Base, Jaewon confirmed. Don't be late. And don't chicken out. I'll be there, Minji said. She walked back to her truck, got in, started the engine. Her hands were shaking. What had she just done? Why did she agree to this? As she drove away, she saw the bikers celebrating, high-fiving, laughing, already planning their victory. Minji drove straight home, parked the truck, sat there for 10 minutes, just thinking, what would her father say? What would Soo-jin say? What was she thinking? But then she remembered Jaewon's words, about her father, about old men who couldn't teach. That anger came back. Hot and sharp, she took out her phone, called Soo-jin. I did something stupid, Minji said when her friend answered. What happened? Soo-jin sounded worried. Minji told her everything. The cafe, the bikers, the challenge, the race. Soo-jin was quiet for a moment. Then she said, Are you crazy? Probably, Minji admitted. Those boys race all the time. They have expensive bikes. And you, do you even have a bike to race with? I have one, Minji said quietly. What? Since when? I've been building it. For 2 years. In the garage. Another silence. Then Soo-jin said, Can you actually win? Minji thought about her bike. The one she built from nothing. The one she tested on empty roads. The one that ran perfectly because she knew every part of it. Every bolt, every wire, every gear. I don't know, Minji said honestly. but I'm going to try. Then I'll help you, Sujin said immediately. Whatever you need. I'm with you, Minji smiled. First real smile since the challenge. Thank you. That night word spread through the town. Social media posts, text messages, phone calls. Everyone was talking about it. The mechanic girl who challenged the biker boys. Most people thought it was a joke. Some thought Minji was brave. Many thought she was foolish. By Friday morning, everyone knew. Minji walked into the garage to find her father waiting. He held his phone. He had seen the posts. Minji, he said quietly. We need to talk, she nodded. Put down her bag. Sat on the old couch. Her father sat next to her. Why did you agree to this race? He asked, not angry. Just concerned he insulted you, Minji said. He said you couldn't teach properly. That you're just an old man who doesn't know anything. Park Dong-hyun sighed. Minji, people say stupid things. You can't race every person who insults me. I know. But this time, I couldn't just walk away. Her father looked at her. Really looked at her. Then he said, You have your mother's pride. And her skill. That's a dangerous combination. Is that bad? Minji asked. No, her father said. He smiled sadly. But it's not safe either. That mountain road is dangerous. People have accidents there. I'll be careful, Minji promised. Will you? Her father's eyes were serious now. Or will you take risks to win? Minji didn't answer. She didn't know the answer. Her father stood up. Walked to the back of the garage. Pulled the sheet off her hidden motorcycle. He looked at it for a long time. You built this well, he finally said. Your mother would be impressed. You knew? Minji was surprised. Of course I knew. I'm your father. He smiled. I also know you've been writing. Early mornings. When you think nobody's awake. You never said anything. Because you ride carefully. You respect the machine. You follow your mother's teachings. He turned to look at her. But racing is different. Racing makes people do stupid things. I won't be stupid, Minji said. Her father studied her face. Then he sighed. If you're going to do this, we'll do it right. I'll help you prepare the bike. We have 2 days, Minji stood up. Hugged her father. Thank you. Don't thank me yet, he said. You might lose. Are you ready for that? Minji thought about it. About the humiliation. About admitting girls don't belong on bikes. About giving those boys the satisfaction. I'm not going to lose, she said. Her father smiled. Not a happy smile. A worried smile. That's what your mother always said too. Friday morning started early. Minji and her father began working on her motorcycle at 5 in the morning. They had 1 full day to prepare. Saturday night would come fast. First, we check everything, Park Dong-hyun said. He was in full mechanic mode now. Serious. Focused. Racing is different from normal riding. Every part must be perfect. They started with the engine. Took it apart completely. Checked every piece. Every gasket. Every valve. Minji's hands moved with confidence. She knew this engine. She built it herself. This part is worn, her father said. He held up a small metal piece. Not dangerous for normal riding. But for racing, it could fail. They replaced it. Then checked the transmission. The brakes. The suspension. The chain. Everything. Tell me about the road, her father said while they worked. The mountain route. You've driven on it? Yes, Minji said. Many times. I know every curve. Driving a truck is different from racing a motorcycle, her father reminded her. Speed changes everything, he was right. Minji had driven the mountain road many times to deliver bikes. But never fast. Never pushing the limits. The first 2 miles are gentle curves, she said, remembering the route. Then it gets steeper. Tighter turns. The 3rd mile has the sharp curve everyone calls Devil's Bend. I know that turn, her father said. His face became serious. Your mother crashed there once. When she was young. Before you were born. She was lucky. Just some scratches. Minji stopped working. She looked at her father. I didn't know that. She never talked about it, he said. She was embarrassed. She took the turn too fast. Too confident. The bike slid out. He looked at Minji directly. Confidence is good. Overconfidence kills. I understand, Minji said quietly. They kept working. Around noon, Sujin arrived with lunch. She also brought something else. Papers. I researched Jaewon, Sujin said. She spread the papers on the work table. I found videos of him racing. Social media posts, everything. Minji looked at the papers. Videos. Photos. Race results. Sujin had done her homework. He's actually good, Sujin said. She didn't sound happy about it. He wins most of his races. He's been riding since he was 14. Professional training. His bike is worth more than a small car. Show me the videos, Minji said. They watched on Sujin's phone. Video after video of Jaewon racing. He was good, very good. Fast on straightaways. Confident in turns. Aggressive but controlled. He has one weakness, Sujin said. She pointed at the screen. Look at this turn. And this one. He takes them too wide. He has power, so he makes up the time on straight roads, but he wastes seconds on tight curves. Minji watched carefully. Sujin was right. Jaewon relied on his bike's speed. He didn't take the most efficient lines through curves. The mountain road is mostly curves, Minji said slowly. Not many straight sections. Exactly, Sujin smiled. His bike is faster. But maybe that doesn't matter if you take better lines through the turns. Park Dong-hyun had been listening quietly. Now he spoke. She's right. Racing isn't just about speed. It's about efficiency, control, understanding the road. They spent the afternoon practicing, not on the mountain road. Too dangerous. Too many people might see. Instead, they went to an old abandoned parking lot outside town. Big empty space. Nobody around. Minji rode her motorcycle. Her father watched. Sujin timed her with a stopwatch. They set up cones, made artificial curves. Minji practiced the lines. Over and over. Lean more, her father called out. Trust the bike. You built it. It won't fail you. Minji tried again. Leaned into the turn. Felt the bike respond. It was like dancing. The motorcycle moved with her. Part of her. Your mother used to say something, Park Dong-hyun said during a break. She said riding isn't about controlling the bike. It's about becoming one with it. Feeling what it feels. Knowing what it needs, I remember, Minji said softly. Her mother told her that when she was young. Before the accident. Before everything changed. She also said racing is mental. Her father continued. The fastest bike doesn't always win. The calmest rider does. The one who doesn't panic. Who doesn't make mistakes. They practiced until dark. Then drove home tired but satisfied. The bike ran perfectly. Minji felt more confident. Not overconfident. Just ready. That night Minji couldn't sleep. She lay in bed thinking. About the race. About Jaewon. About winning. About losing. She got up, opened her closet. Inside was a box. Her mother's things. Things her father saved. Minji opened it carefully. Photos, old racing medals, a leather jacket, and gloves. Riding gloves. Worn and old but still good. Minji held the gloves. Her mother wore these. Rode with these. Won races with these. She brought them to her face. They smelled old. Like leather and oil and memories, she put them on. They fit perfectly, like they were made for her. I wish you were here, Minji whispered to the empty room. I wish you could tell me what to do. But her mother wasn't there. Hadn't been there for 7 years. Minji was alone with her choice. Her challenge. Her race. Saturday morning came gray and cloudy. Minji woke up early. Checked the weather. Rain later tonight. After the race, good. Dry roads for racing. Her father was already at the garage. Working on final checks. He looked up when she arrived. I didn't sleep much, he admitted. Me neither, Minji said. They worked together quietly, checking everything one more time. The tire pressure. The brake fluid. The chain tension. Everything had to be exactly right. Around 10 in the morning, people started coming by the garage, neighbors, customers, people from town. Everyone wanted to see, to talk. To give advice, you should cancel, one old woman said. It's too dangerous. You show those boys, a young woman said. We're all cheering for you. My money's on Jaewon, a man laughed. But good luck anyway, kid. Minji tried to ignore them, tried to focus on the work. But the pressure was building. Everyone knew now. Everyone would be watching. If she lost, the whole town would know. The humiliation would follow her forever. Sujin arrived around noon. She pushed through the crowd. Come on, she said to Minji. Let's get out of here. You need to clear your head. They drove to the river. Sat on the bank. Ate sandwiches. Didn't talk about the race. Just talked about normal things. School, friends, TV shows. Regular life. Whatever happens tonight, Soo-jin said finally. You're still my best friend. Still the best mechanic I know. Still brave for even trying. I might lose, Minji said. It was the first time she said it out loud. You might, Soo-jin agreed. But you also might win. And isn't the possibility worth it? Minji thought about that. Was it worth it? The risk, the danger, the possible humiliation? She thought about her mother. About all those years working in the garage. About every customer who doubted her. Every person who said girls can't do this work. Every laugh. Every dismissal. Every insult. Yes, she said. It's worth it. They went back to the garage in the afternoon. The crowd was bigger now. News crews had arrived. Local reporters. People with cameras. This was the biggest thing to happen in their small town in years. Minji's father looked stressed. Maybe we should cancel, he said quietly. This is too much pressure. I'm not canceling, Minji said. She was calm now. Clear. The decision was made. No going back. At 6 o'clock, they loaded the motorcycle into the truck. Covered it with a tarp. Minji didn't want anyone to see it yet. Didn't want people judging it. Laughing at it, her father drove. Minji sat in the passenger seat. Soo-jin followed in her car. The sun was setting. The sky was beautiful, orange and pink and purple. Your mother wore these gloves, Park Dong-hyun said. He noticed them on Minji's hands. I know, Minji said. I hope that's okay. It's perfect, her father said. His voice was thick with emotion. She would want you to have them. They drove up the mountain road. Slowly, Minji memorized every curve again. Every landmark. Every detail. This was the road. This was where it would happen. At the base of the mountain, cars were already parked everywhere. Motorcycles, too. Easily 100 people. Maybe more. Word had spread far beyond their town. The biker group was there, standing near their motorcycles, confident, laughing. Jae-won saw Minji's truck arrive. He waved, mocking, friendly, both at the same time. Minji's father parked. They got out. The crowd pushed closer. Everyone wanting to see, to talk, to be part of the story. Give her space, Park Dong-hyun said firmly. His big voice made people step back. Soo-jin helped unload the motorcycle. They kept it covered until the last moment. Building suspense, or maybe just delaying judgment. Finally, Minji pulled off the tarp. Her motorcycle stood there. Old, rebuilt, different from every other bike. Not shiny, not expensive looking, but solid, real, honest. The crowd reacted. Some gasped. Some laughed. Some looked impressed. Most looked doubtful. That's your bike? Hyunwoo called out. He was laughing hard. That's older than my grandfather. The biker group thought this was hilarious. Even some people in the crowd smiled. Next to Jae-won's modern racing bike, Minji's motorcycle looked like it belonged in a museum, but Minji didn't care. She knew what her bike could do. She built it. She knew every part, every strength, every limitation. Nice bike, Jae-won said. He wasn't laughing. He was actually looking at it seriously. Is that a custom rebuild? Yes, Minji said. Did you do it yourself? Every part. Jae-won nodded slowly. Impressive. I mean that. Then he smiled. But building and riding are different things. Ready to lose? Ready to race, Minji said. Both motorcycles exploded forward. The sound echoed through the mountain. The crowd cheered. Cameras flashed. But Minji heard none of it. She was already focused, already racing. Jae-won's bike was faster. Much faster. He pulled ahead immediately. 5 meters, 10 meters, 15. His bike accelerated like a rocket. Minji's older engine couldn't match that raw power. But she didn't panic. She expected this. Power wasn't everything. The first straight section was short anyway. Then came the curves. The first turn approached. A gentle right curve. Jae-won took it confidently. Fast, he trusted his bike's grip. His expensive tires. His modern suspension. Minji took it differently. She started braking earlier. Not because she was scared. Because she knew physics. She knew weight distribution. She knew the perfect line through the curve. While Jae-won went wide using the full road width, Minji took a tighter line. Cut the distance. Used less space. More efficient. Not faster on this turn, but setting up better for the next one. The second curve came quickly. Left turn, sharper than the first. This was where technique mattered. Jae-won braked hard. His bike's front suspension compressed. He took the turn wide again. Fast but not efficient. He came out of the turn still in second gear. Had to accelerate hard to regain speed. Minji braked smoother. Earlier, she shifted her weight perfectly. The bike leaned into the turn like it was on rails. She held a tighter line. Came out of the turn still in third gear. Already accelerating while Jae-won was still shifting. She gained 2 seconds. Not much, but something. The first mile passed. Jae-won was still ahead. But not by as much. The gap was closing slowly, carefully, turn by turn. Through her helmet, Minji could see his taillight ahead, red in the darkness. She used it as her target, her focus. She didn't think about winning, didn't think about the crowd, just rode, breathed, felt the road. Her mother's voice came to her, a memory from years ago. Feel the road through the bike. The bike talks to you. Listen to it, Minji listened, felt every vibration, every shift in weight, every change in the road surface. The bike was responding perfectly. Every part she rebuilt, every adjustment she made, all working together. The second mile began. The road got steeper. Curves got tighter. This was technical territory. Not about power. About skill. A sharp S-curve appeared. Right then immediate left. Dangerous combination. This was where races were won or lost. Jae-won saw it coming. He braked hard. Maybe too hard. His bike wobbled slightly. He recovered but lost momentum. Took the first turn okay. But the transition to the second turn was rough. Wide again. Using all the road, Minji saw her opportunity. She braked smoothly. Shifted down. Leaned right into the first curve. Felt the bike grip perfectly. Then immediately shifted weight for the left curve. No hesitation. No fear, just motion. Like water flowing. She came out of the S-curve faster than she went in. Jae-won came out slower. The gap closed more. Now maybe only 10 meters between them. Jae-won realized she was catching up. Minji saw him look back. Quick glance, checking, maybe worried. Maybe surprised, he accelerated harder. Pushed his bike. The engine screamed. The third mile approached. The difficult section. Multiple tight turns. And somewhere ahead, Devil's Bend. But Jae-won was riding differently now. More aggressive. Less smooth. He wanted to use his power advantage. Pull away before the technical sections, it was working. On the short straight sections, his bike pulled away. The gap increased again. 15 meters, 20. Minji stayed calm. Don't chase. Don't race his race. Race your race. Her father's words. Her mother's wisdom. She trusted them. Trusted her bike. Trusted herself, another curve. This one had a rough patch. Old road, cracked asphalt. Minji knew it was there. She'd driven this road dozens of times. She moved slightly right, avoided the worst part. Jae-won didn't know about the rough patch. He hit it mid-turn. His bike bounced. Lost traction for a split second. He handled it well. Didn't crash, but lost time. Lost confidence. Minji gained ground again. The gap was back to 10 meters. They were racing hard now. Both riders pushing their limits. The mountain road was dark except for headlights and occasional street lamps. Dangerous. Beautiful. Intense. The third mile marker passed. Somewhere ahead was Devil's Bend, the turn her mother crashed on years ago, the turn everyone feared. Sharp right curve, steep angle, narrow road, no room for error. Minji knew Jae-won didn't know about Devil's Bend, not really. He'd raced this road before, but always in daylight, always with friends who warned him. Tonight was different. Tonight was dark. Tonight was serious. She saw the warning sign flash by, sharp curve ahead. 100 meters. She started preparing. Shifted down. Reduced speed. Not too much. Not too little. Just right. Ahead, Jae-won saw the same sign. But he was in the zone. Riding fast, confident. He braked, but not enough. Not for this turn. Devil's Bend appeared. The curve was sharper than it looked. The road narrowed. The angle was severe. Jae-won went into the turn too fast. Minji saw it happening. Saw him realize. Saw him brake hard mid-turn. The worst thing to do. His bike's rear wheel slid. Lost grip. The bike swayed sideways. For a moment, Minji thought he would crash. Thought the race would end right there. But Jae-won was skilled. He was trained. He adjusted quickly. Put his foot down, scraping the road, slowing the slide. His bike swung wide, very wide. almost to the edge of the road. To the guardrail, to disaster, he recovered. Didn't crash, but he lost everything. All his speed, all his advantage, all his confidence. Minji took Devil's Bend perfectly. She knew exactly how sharp it was, exactly where to brake, exactly where to turn in. Her line was tight, clean, beautiful. She passed Jaewon while he was still recovering. Passed him on the inside. Their bikes were maybe 2 meters apart. She saw his face through his helmet visor. Surprise, shock, respect. Then she was ahead, for the first time in the race, leading. The crowd at various viewing spots went crazy. People couldn't believe it. The mechanic girl was winning. The underdog was ahead. Phones recorded everything. People screamed. Horns honked, but Minji heard none of it. She was in her zone, riding, flowing, becoming one with the bike, with the road, with the moment 2 miles left. She was leading, but not by much. Jaewon would recover, would chase, would use his power on the straights. She knew this, accepted this. The next section had 3 consecutive turns, technical, precise. Minji took them perfectly, each one better than the last. Her confidence grew. Her rhythm was perfect. Behind her, Jaewon was riding differently now, more careful, more respectful of the road. Devil's Bend taught him a lesson. He was still fast, still skilled, but more controlled now. He started catching up. His bike's power advantage showed on every straight section. The gap closed. 10 meters, 8.6. The 4th mile marker passed. 1 mile left. The final section was mixed. Some curves, some straights. Would favor his bike or her skill? Nobody knew. Minji's arms were tired. Her hands gripped tight in her mother's gloves. Sweat dripped down her face inside the helmet. Her breathing was hard, fast but controlled. She saw a straight section ahead, long one, maybe 300 meters. Jaewon would use this, would try to pass. She was right. His bike accelerated hard. The engine sound changed. Higher pitch. Maximum effort. He pulled alongside her. They were racing side by side. Minji looked over. Jaewon looked back. For a moment, they were equal. 2 riders, 2 bikes, 2 wills, racing in the darkness. Then his power showed. He pulled ahead past her, taking the lead again. The gap grew, 5 meters, 10, but another curve approached. Sharp left. Minji's chance. She took it perfectly. Again, tighter line. Better angle, smooth exit. She closed the gap. 5 meters, 3. They were racing hard now, trading positions. He led on straights. She caught up on curves. Back and forth, neither could pull away. The temple gate was close. Maybe half a mile, maybe less. Minji could see the lights ahead. Could hear the crowd gathered there. Everyone waiting. Everyone watching. 1 more technical section. 3 turns. Then a final straight to the temple gate. Everything would be decided in the next minute. The turns approached. This was Minji's last chance. If she couldn't pass here, his bike would win on the final straight. She knew it. He knew it. First turn. Right curve. She took it aggressively. More aggressive than before. Took a risk. Late braking. Sharp turn in. The bike protested slightly but held. She gained a little. Second turn. Left curve. Tighter. She pushed harder. Leaned more. Trusted her bike completely. The tires screamed but gripped. She gained more. Third turn. Right again. This was it. Everything or nothing. She braked as late as possible. Almost too late. Turned in sharp. Very sharp. The bike was at maximum lean angle. Any more and she'd crash, but the bike held. Her rebuild held. Every part she adjusted, every measurement she got right. All of it worked perfectly. She came out of the third turn alongside Jaewon again. They were equal. The final straight appeared ahead. 500 meters to the temple gate. To victory, to history. Both riders accelerated hard. Maximum throttle. Maximum effort. The engines screamed. The bikes flew through the darkness. Jaewon's bike started pulling ahead. Its power advantage was undeniable. 5 meters, 6, 7, but Minji didn't give up. She tucked low. Reduced wind resistance. Her bike was lighter, smaller, more aerodynamic in riding position. The gap stopped growing. Stabilized. 7 meters. Still 7. Still 7. The crowd was chaos. Everyone shouting. Everyone had seen something different. Some said Jaewon. Some said Minji. Most said too close to tell. Check the videos. Someone yelled. People pulled out phones, started reviewing recordings, but the videos were shaky, filmed from far away, in darkness. Hard to see clearly. Minji stood by her motorcycle, still breathing hard, still processing what happened. She gave everything, every ounce of skill, every bit of courage. Was it enough? Sujin pushed through the crowd. She grabbed Minji, hugged her hard. That was incredible. I've never seen anything like that. Park Dong-hyun arrived next. He looked at his daughter, tears in his eyes. You rode like your mother, he said quietly. Exactly like her. Jaewon's friends gathered around him, checking on him, congratulating him. But they looked uncertain too. They weren't celebrating, just waiting. The man who started the race pushed through the crowd. The local business owner. He held up his hands. Quiet, everyone quiet. The noise reduced. People wanted to hear, wanted the official answer. We need to check the videos carefully, the man said. This was very close. Too close. Give us a minute. Several people gathered with phones. They watched the footage together, frame by frame, comparing angles. Trying to determine who crossed first, Minji felt strange, empty and full at the same time. Exhausted but energized. Win or lose, she had proven something. To herself. To her father. To her mother's memory. She could really ride. That turn you took, a voice said beside her. It was Jaewon. He had walked over. Devil's Bend, how did you know? I drive this road often, Minji said. Delivering bikes. I know every curve. I almost crashed, Jaewon admitted. That was stupid of me, too fast. Too confident. But you recovered, Minji said. That was skilled. Most riders would have gone down. Jaewon looked at her bike. Really looked at it? You built this yourself? Yes, every part. The engine tuning is perfect. I could hear it. And your lines through the curves? He shook his head. I have a $30,000 bike. Professional training. Years of racing. And you almost beat me on that. Or maybe I did beat you, Minji said. Not arrogant. Just honest, Jaewon smiled. Real smile this time. Not mocking. Maybe you did. The officials were still checking videos, arguing, measuring. It was taking too long. The crowd got restless again. Hyun-woo, Jaewon's friend, walked over. The one who always made jokes. Always mocked Minji. He didn't look happy. This is taking forever, he complained. Let's just call it a tie. No, Jaewon said firmly. Someone won. We need to know who. Does it matter? Hyun-woo asked. It was close. That's enough. It matters, Minji said. She looked at Hyun-woo directly. You made a bet. If I won, you apologize. If I lost, I admit girls don't belong on bikes. Remember? Hyun-woo looked uncomfortable. Yeah, but no but, Minji interrupted. We finished this properly. More time passed. Maybe 10 minutes. Maybe 15. People started leaving. Some had work tomorrow. Kids needed to get home. The excitement was fading into confusion. Finally, the officials called everyone together. They stood on a small wall so everyone could see them. The business owner spoke. We have reviewed all available footage, he announced. Multiple angles. Multiple phones. We slowed it down. Enhanced what we could. Everyone went silent. Even the night seemed to hold still. The race was extremely close, the man continued. Perhaps the closest finish in local racing history. The margin is measured in centimeters. Maybe inches. Just tell us, someone in the crowd yelled. The man nodded. The winner by approximately half a bike length. He paused. Dramatic effect. Or maybe just catching his breath. Minji Park, silence. 1 second. 2 seconds. Then explosion. Half the crowd erupted in cheers. The other half in surprise. Some people argued immediately. That's wrong. Show us the video. How can you be sure? But the officials showed the clearest video. Frame by frame. There it was. Minji's front wheel crossing the temple gate line. Then Jaewon's front wheel. Barely after. But after Minji won. Sujin screamed, jumped, hugged Minji so hard they almost fell down. You did it! You actually did it. Park Dong-hyun just stood there, crying openly now, not ashamed. His daughter. His baby girl. Racing like her mother. Winning like her mother. Making them both so proud. The crowd surrounded Minji. Everyone wanted to talk. To congratulate. To take photos. She was famous now. In one night, the mechanic girl who beat the best racer in town. News cameras pushed forward. Reporters asking questions. How does it feel? Did you expect to win? What's next for you? Minji didn't know what to say. She wasn't good with attention, with crowds. She just wanted to work on bikes, ride in peace. But that life seemed far away now. She looked for Jaewon, found him standing with his friends. They looked stunned, disappointed, some angry. This wasn't how their night was supposed to end. Minji walked over. The crowd parted for her. Everyone wanted to see this. The winner and loser. The confrontation. She stopped in front of Jaewon. He looked at her. His face was complex. Not angry exactly, but not happy. You won, he said simply. Yes, Minji said. Fair and square. Good race, thank you. Silence between them. The crowd watched, waited. What would happen now? Then Jaewon did something nobody expected. He bowed, not a small bow. A full, deep, respectful bow. The kind you give to a teacher. To someone you honor, I apologize, he said clearly, for mocking your work, for not respecting your skill, for judging you without knowing you. Minji was surprised. She expected resistance. Arguments, maybe anger, but this was real respect. I accept your apology, she said. Jaewon straightened up. He looked at his friends. They understood. One by one, they bowed too. Hyunwoo, Taemin, Ji-hoon, all of them. We're sorry, Hyunwoo said. He looked genuinely ashamed. We were idiots. Sexist idiots. You're a better writer than any of us. The crowd applauded. This was the right ending. The proper ending. Respect earned through action. But Jaewon wasn't finished. Can I ask you something? He said to Minji. Sure, your bike. The way it handles. The engine sound. You tuned it perfectly for this road. For technical riding. Would you, he hesitated, would you teach me? About tuning? About building? About understanding bikes the way you do? Minji stared at him. Was he serious? The rich boy with the expensive bike wanted her to teach him? I have money, Jaewon continued. I have equipment, but I don't have knowledge. Not real knowledge. Not like you. I buy things. You build things. That's the difference, Minji thought about it. Her first instinct was to say no. These boys had tormented her, mocked her, made her life difficult, but she looked at his face, saw real humility there, real desire to learn. Maybe people could change. Maybe tonight changed them. Okay, she said. Come to the garage Monday afternoon. 3 o'clock. Bring your tools. We'll start with basic engine maintenance, Jaewon smiled. Grateful smile. Thank you, really thank you. His friends looked surprised. You're going to learn from her? One asked. Yes, Jaewon said firmly, because she knows more than me. That's what tonight proved. I can either be proud and stupid or humble and learn. I choose learn, the crowd applauded again. This was better than just a race. This was growth, change, evolution. The night wound down. People started leaving for real now. Cars drove away. Motorcycles drove away. The excitement faded into satisfied tiredness. Minji loaded her bike onto the truck. Her father helped. Soojin stayed close. The three of them were quiet. Processing everything, I'm proud of you, Park Dong-hyun said finally. Not because you won, because of how you raced. Smart, controlled, respectful of the road. That's what matters. Mom would have liked that race, Minji said quietly. She would have loved it, her father corrected. She would have been screaming the whole time. Probably would have raced too if she could. They laughed. Sad laugh. Happy laugh. Missing someone but feeling their presence too. On the drive home, Minji looked at her mother's gloves. Still on her hands, worn and old but perfect. They brought her luck. Brought her skill. Brought her mother's spirit. Thank you, she whispered to the gloves. To her mother. To the memory. Thank you for being with me. The town was quiet when they got home. Late night. Everyone sleeping. But tomorrow everyone would be talking. The race would be the only topic. Minji's name would be everywhere. She felt nervous about that. About attention. About expectations. But also excited, proud. She proved something tonight. Not just to others. To herself, she could ride. Really ride. As well as anyone. Better than most. Her father parked the truck. They unloaded the bike back into the garage. Put it in its place. Covered it with the sheet. Get some sleep, Park Dong-hyun said. Big day tomorrow. Every day is a big day now, Minji said. But she smiled. She went home, showered. The hot water felt amazing on her tired muscles. She put on comfortable clothes. Lay in bed. Sleep should have come easy. She was exhausted. But her mind was racing, replaying the race. Every turn, every decision, every moment. Devil's Bend, that was the key moment, where she took the lead, where everything changed. If her mother hadn't taught her about that turn, about respecting curves, she might have crashed like Jae-won almost did. Her mother was with her tonight. Minji was sure of it. In the gloves, in the knowledge, in the courage. Her mother helped her win. I hope you saw, Minji said to the darkness, to her mother. Sunday morning came with noise. Lots of noise. Minji's phone wouldn't stop buzzing. Messages, calls, social media notifications. Hundreds of them. She turned off her phone. Too much, too fast. She needed quiet. Her father was already at the garage when she arrived. But he wasn't alone. 20 people stood outside. Maybe more. Waiting. Watching. They've been here since 7, Park Dong-hyun said. Reporters, customers, people wanting autographs. Can you believe that? Autographs. Minji looked at the crowd. Felt overwhelmed. Yesterday she was invisible. Today she was famous. It happened too fast. You don't have to talk to them, her father said. I can send them away. Minji thought about it. Part of her wanted to hide. Stay in the quiet garage. Work on bikes. Pretend nothing changed, but something had changed. She changed it. By racing, by winning, by proving everyone wrong. She couldn't pretend that didn't happen. It's okay, Minji said. I'll talk to a few. But then I need to work. We have bikes to fix. She spoke to reporters first. Local newspaper. Local TV station. They asked the same questions. How did it feel? Were you scared? What's next? Minji gave simple answers. Honest answers. Yes, she was nervous. Yes, it was dangerous. No, she didn't plan to become a professional racer. She just wanted to work in the garage, fix bikes. That was her passion. The reporters seemed disappointed. They wanted drama, big plans, racing career. But Minji had no such plans. The race was personal, about respect, about honor, not about fame. After the reporters left, regular people came forward. Some wanted photos. Some wanted to shake her hand. Some just wanted to say congratulations. One older woman approached. She looked nervous. My granddaughter watches your videos, she said. The ones people posted. She's 16. She wants to be a mechanic. But everyone tells her it's not for girls. Seeing you, it gives her hope. Minji felt something break inside. Good break. Emotional break. She wasn't just racing for herself. She was racing for others too. Girls who wanted to do things people said they couldn't. That thought was powerful. Scary but powerful. Tell your granddaughter to visit the garage, Minji said. I'll show her some basics. Free lesson. The woman's eyes filled with tears. Thank you. Thank you so much. More people came with similar stories. Young girls inspired. Boys learning respect. Parents seeing their children differently. The race had impact beyond just winning. By noon, the crowd finally dispersed. Minji could breathe again. Work again. She had 3 motorcycles to fix. Regular work. Regular life. But regular life felt different now. She felt different. More confident, more sure. She proved she could do hard things. Could face challenges. Could win. Monday afternoon came. 3 o'clock. Minji wondered if Jae-won would actually show up. Maybe Saturday night was just emotion. Heat of the moment. Maybe in daylight he regretted everything. But at exactly 3 o'clock, the garage door opened. Jae-won walked in. He wore simple clothes. Work clothes. And he carried a toolbox. I'm here, he said. Ready to learn. Minji nodded. Good, let's start. She expected to teach alone. But Hyunwoo followed Jae-won inside. Then Tae-min. Then Ji-hoon. All of them. The whole biker group. We want to learn too, Hyunwoo said. He looked embarrassed. If that's okay. Minji looked at her father. He smiled, shrugged. More students means more respect, Park Dong-hyun said. I'll help teach. They started with basics. How to read an engine. How to identify problems by sound. How to respect the machine. The boys listened carefully. Asked questions. Took notes. Real effort. Real interest. Jaewon was the best student. He understood concepts quickly. His expensive training gave him knowledge, but Minji's practical experience taught him application. Theory plus practice. Powerful combination. I always just bought better parts, Jaewon admitted. Never understood why they were better. Just trusted the price tag. Price doesn't mean quality, Minji explained. Sometimes cheap parts work better. Sometimes expensive parts are just marketing. You need to understand the engineering, the purpose, the application. She showed them her bike, the one she raced with. Took it apart piece by piece, explained every choice. Why this gear ratio? Why this oil weight? Why this tire pressure? Every detail had a reason. The boys were amazed. They saw motorcycles differently now. Not just machines, not just toys, but complex systems. Requiring knowledge, requiring respect. Your bike is worth maybe $3,000, Jaewon said. Mine cost $30,000, but yours is better tuned, better balanced, better understood. That's why you won. I won because I knew the road, Minji corrected, and because I stayed calm. Money can't buy those things. The lesson lasted 2 hours. When it ended, the boys were different. Quieter, more thoughtful, more humble. Same time next week? Jaewon asked. Sure, Minji said. Bring real questions. Real problems. We'll solve them together. Over the next weeks, life developed a new rhythm. The garage was busier. More customers came. Some because of Minji's fame. Some because they genuinely needed work. Some because they wanted to meet the girl who beat the bikers. Minji handled it all. Fixed bikes. Taught lessons. Gave interviews. She didn't love the attention, but she understood its value. Her story inspired people, especially young girls. She had responsibility now. The local community college called. They wanted her to teach a course. Women in mechanics. Show girls that this career was possible. Minji hesitated. She wasn't a teacher, just a mechanic, but she remembered the grandmother. The 16-year-old who wanted hope. All the girls who needed to see that someone like them could succeed. I'll do it, Minji said. 1 class. We'll see how it goes. 15 girls signed up. Ages 13 to 18. Nervous but excited. They came to the garage for the first lesson. Looked around with wide eyes. Touched tools carefully. Asked quiet questions. Minji saw herself in them. Young, doubted, dismissed. Wanting to prove themselves but not sure how. Mechanics isn't about strength, she told them. It's about knowledge, understanding, patience. Women can be great mechanics. Better than men sometimes, because we pay attention to details. We listen to the machines. She taught them basic maintenance, oil changes, tire pressure, chain cleaning. Simple things, but important things, confidence-building things. By the end of the class, the girls were smiling, laughing, proud of their greasy hands, their new knowledge, their potential. One girl stayed behind. Shy, maybe 14. Everyone says I'm too small for this work, she said quietly. Too weak. Minji looked at her. Saw herself at 14, small, young, underestimated. I'm not very big, Minji said, but I rebuilt an entire motorcycle. I beat the best racer in town. Size doesn't matter. Heart matters. Do you have heart? The girl nodded. Tears in her eyes. Yes, then you can do this, Minji said firmly. Don't let anyone tell you different. Sujin watched everything from the corner. She was so proud of her friend. You're changing lives, she said when the girls left. Do you realize that? I'm just teaching mechanics, Minji said. No, Sujin corrected. You're teaching possibility. That's bigger than mechanics. The weeks turned into months. Fall became winter. The garage stayed busy. The classes continued. The students multiplied. Boys and girls now. All wanting to learn. All inspired by Minji's story. Jaewon became a regular presence. He and Minji developed a strange friendship, built on respect, on racing, on shared love of motorcycles. He was different now, less arrogant, more thoughtful. The race changed him too. I'm starting a racing team, he said one day. Proper team. With training. With support. Would you join? Minji thought about it. Racing was thrilling, but it wasn't her dream. Her dream was simpler. The garage, the work, the quiet satisfaction of fixing things. I don't think so, she said. But I'll help tune the bikes. Teach your team about maintenance. Deal? Deal, Jaewon agreed. Then he smiled. Want to race again sometime? Just for fun? Minji smiled back. Maybe, sometime. 6 months after the famous race, Minji stood in the garage alone. Evening time. Quiet time. Her favorite time. She looked at her motorcycle. The one that started everything. Still covered. Still waiting. She pulled off the cover. Sat on the bike. Didn't start it. Just sat, thinking, remembering. The race felt like a lifetime ago. But also like yesterday. Everything changed that night. Her life, her confidence. Her future, but some things stayed the same. She still loved motorcycles. Still loved the work. Still loved the garage. That wouldn't change. Not ever. On the wall, her mother's photo watched her, young, happy, holding a motorcycle helmet. Minji had hung it there months ago, so her mother could see. Could be part of the garage, part of the work, part of everything. I did it, Mom, Minji said to the photo. I raced, I won. I proved them all wrong, just like you used to do. The photo didn't answer, but Minji felt warmth, felt presence, felt love. Her mother was proud. She knew it. Felt it. Park Dong-hyun walked in, saw his daughter sitting on the bike, talking to the photo. He understood. He did the same sometimes. You know what your mother would say? He asked. What? She'd say the race was just the beginning. That you have more to do, more to prove, more to accomplish. Minji thought about that. Her mother was ambitious, driven, never satisfied with just one victory, always looking for the next challenge, the next goal, the next race. What do you think I should do? Minji asked. Her father smiled. Proud smile. Loving smile. Whatever makes you happy.